it would be little bit standardized. So I will start with a small introduction, then I will present the sector of vegetables in Tunisia, how it evaluated, what are the problems of water and soil availability in our country, and what I will try to, at the end, to discuss about what is possible to make in this field. Just remember some numbers about Tunisia. We have a small country with 16 million hectares, about 60 million hectares. Our agriculture area is about 9,600,000 hectares. What is used for agriculture, for crops, is about 5,270,000 hectares, and vegetables in 2012 was about 162,000 hectares. So it represents only 3% of the total agriculture area used in Tunisia. So on these 3% of the total SAU, we are employing about 16% of the laborers, of agricultural laborers. But it is a sector always which is giving about 16% of the value of agriculture production. What is very interesting with our sector is that it gives valorization of water and soil with high efficiency of water use and with rapid succession of culture. So we can, in some areas of Tunisia, we can make 3 crops per year. What is very interesting, even for social aspects. So what is also very interesting in our field is that we have possibility of intensification. We can also make more or bigger density, use good varieties, and reduce use of fertilizers. So if we have a look on how the vegetable crops evaluated in Tunisia from the independence in '56, we can see that it was very, very rapid until 2006. After this, there is a little bit stagnation of the situation. So now we have about 160 or 170 maximum thousand hectares of vegetables. So if we try to analyze this situation, we can see that this is because in first years of independence, we haven't enough mobilization of water. And so what gave Tunisia the opportunity to make vegetable crops is principally the mobilization of water. So we have very, very interesting irrigated areas made around Medjanda, which is a region specialized in artichoke, in tomato, in watermelon, and now with lettuce. There is another sector which is in the center of our country, and it is a coastal region where we developed a lot the protected cultivation. So we cultivate tomato, cucumber, melon, and pepper, which is a very, very important crop in Tunisia for this region, for protected cultivation. If you look at the north, at Nablus, the Carbon, what we call it Carbon, which is a very traditional region in vegetable crops, we can see that after mobilization of the north and the water of the north, des eaux du Nord, we have a very big development for what we call seasonal crops. So potato, tomato, pepper, which are mainly estival, so made during the summer. During the 20 last years, we have developed in Tunisia a new region for vegetable crops, which is Sidi Bouzid and Kairouan, which are in the western part of the center of Tunisia, but which are very, very interesting in producing onion, tomato, and pepper. And during last 5 years, we have a big development of watermelon, early watermelon production, which is very well exported, for example. So there is a new also center of vegetable crop production in Sfax, and they are specialized especially in early production of vegetables like pepper and watermelon. But, the last region, but not the least, is the region of Gabes, Kibili, so the south, which are very interesting because of geothermal water. So they produce mostly for exportation, and they produce mostly tomato and cucumber and melon. If we look at the situation in 2012, we can have this distribution. So tomato actually is occupying about 18% of the total area of vegetables in Tunisia. After that, we can find potato with 14%, then pepper 12%, then what we call carrots and leaf vegetables. Leaf vegetables, so 10%, then onion, which is also very important. And during these last years, we have a very nice development of watermelon, which is about 66% of the area. We have melon, which represents about 4%, and artichoke, it's a small part, but it would be very interesting to develop it, and it represents actually 2%. Alors, in diverse crops, there is lettuce, for example, which is not separated the statistic of the Ministry of Agriculture, but it's around 7,000 to 8,000 hectares now, and it would be developed very, very fastly in next years because of the opportunity of exporting. So it is the situation. Now, how these crops are distributed in our country. I try to make this distribution in the 24 departments of our small country, and we can see that there is regions. Nabil in the Gabon is the first. It was the first since many years. Now we have new regions which are very fastly emerging, which are Kairouan and Sidi Bouzid. After that, we can find the majority of the departments, with some departments which are, you can have a look on Gabas here. After that, we have departments where we have less than 1,000 hectares. For these departments, we have two different problems for not having not enough, but a high level of production of vegetables. We have the southern departments, which are, for example, Tatawin, Mednin, Tatawin, which are mainly having problem of lack of water. They are desertic regions. But we have regions like, of course, Tunis, our capital, Benarouz, Ariana, which are very urbanized cities. So if you have a look on Tunis, it's a disaster. So Tunis, we have not agriculture areas in this. I just make a small reflection. So I try to make the area of vegetable per habitant, just to have an idea. And we have approximately the same graphic with some very interesting information. If you have a look on Sfax, for example, which is a very big city having more than 93,000 inhabitants, we can see that each inhabitant have less than 7 hectares of vegetables. And if you look at Tunis, our capital, which actually has more than 1 million inhabitants, the area of vegetable crops per habitant is very small. So there is a big problem with vegetable crops in the big cities, and if we try to probably because of lack of water and lack of soil, because in big cities we have the touristic sector, which is very competitive in using water and soil, and urbanism, of course. And if we think about how to use alternative sources of water. I'm not a specialist, of course, of that, but I made a reflection just to think about what it could be considered. So, if we look at our vegetable crops cultivated in Tunisia, we can see that we can class them in three big classes. First class is that of what we call fruit, flower and fruit vegetables. They are species having a long cycle of 6 to 9 months. They are very exigent. They require a lot of water, about from 600 to 1,000 millimeter per cycle. But the advantage of these crops is that we have the comestible, the part what we eat of these vegetables, of course, is a little bit far from it is not on with direct contact with water. Mainly when we make mulching, plastic mulching. So, the second class is vegetables, which are roots and tubercles and bulbs. The cycle is a little bit smaller, 2 months to 2 to 7 months, the cycle, and an important part of the cycle is on winter and spring. During the rain season. So it is interesting to have just complementary irrigation. So, but these vegetables are in direct contact with irrigation water. And the last class is leaf vegetables. They are very short. They have very short cycle from 40 days to 4 months. They are cultivated mainly during winter and spring, so they don't need a lot of water irrigation. But they are very sensitive to all problems of restriction, considering infection with bacteria or others. So when I think about our sector, I think that we can explore first seed production field. Seed production field. Unfortunately, in Tunisia, we we don't produce our own seeds except for potato and leaf vegetables, which can be interesting to experiment using alternative water sources. Then nurseries. Nurseries, I think that we have a good opportunity with these alternative sources, and I think about new crops like Loofah egyptiaca, which is increasing very highly during these last years. It's of course it can be used as a vegetable, but in Tunisia we use it just for industry and production of sponges. So it could be used. Otherwise, I think that we have, of course, to make attention, not to take risks, and not only for the consumer, because the consumer we can make effort not but even for the sustainable agriculture, so for soil. And I think that Dr. Hashish, I think, will speak about this item. So I think that it was a little bit short, but I am here to give any answer if you have some questions. Thanks.